Back to the homestead, everyone. This morning I thought I would show you guys a well and what it actually looks like and how we use our bullet bucket. For those of you who have never actually seen a well, this is what it looks like. And there he goes. It's morning and the roosters are crowing. Anyway, so this is what the well looks like after they've got it dug and the pipe is in. This is the pipe that actually comes up out of the ground, and I want to say this is like a 6-inch pipe. And as you can see, there's not very much that comes up out of the ground. Now, one day when we actually have a submersible pump on this, we will have a small building that we will build around this, and that will be the well house or the pump house. But as of right now, we don't, because we have to use it on a regular basis, drawing water out of it by hand. So go ahead and shine that light in there. So hopefully you guys can see.
Is this helping?
No, not very much. It's too dark down there for you guys to see. But there's further down in there, there's a smaller pipe that's like a 4-inch pipe, I believe. And okay, you go ahead and turn that off. Okay. And that pipe is the one that you're going to want to know the diameter of, so that you can get your PVC pipe to make this, which is a bullet bucket or a torpedo bucket. And I know I have mentioned this before in different podcasts, but I thought you guys might like to actually see this and see how it works. We may have to get this stuff one day to build another one so you can actually see how one is built. So go ahead and pick that up for me.
Okay.
And my oldest is out here helping me. Okay, flip that down. No, honey, I need to show the end. Okay. Yeah, we haven't rehearsed this. Can you tell? Okay. So this is the end of it. And as you can see, I guess my husband used it this morning because it's wet. But there we go. You put a bolt through this top here, and you just tie a rope to it. And that's what you're going to use to draw it up. And you can tell by looking at this, I think this is a 2-inch diameter pipe. This is actually our second bucket, and the one we had before this was like a 3-inch diameter, and it worked okay, but it was just a little bit too big, I think. So we decided to go with a slightly smaller one. Go ahead and turn around so we can see the other end.
Bet you it's still stuck at the bottom.
Yeah, it's the original one's down at the bottom of the well somewhere. I'm going to try and keep my shadow out of this because the sun is behind me. So this is the other end, and as you can see, this is a one-way valve that we bought over in the plumbing section. And let's see if you can see the end of it there.
I didn't even know what it was.
Get some sunlight on that. Here, lift that up. There we go.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is a one-way valve, and you actually have to take a mechanism on the inside of it out, and what it does is when it hits the water, the valve inside of it will open up, allowing the pipe to fill with water, and then when it's full, that will close, and then you can bring your pipe up and empty your bucket. So we ended up having to use a couple of different pieces. We had to get, this was one piece, and then this was another piece that just fits over the end, and you can see where my husband sealed it there. And then this piece fit into that, and then he had to drill out this end to be able to put this in there. And there's a little piece on the end of this that actually goes up inside of that. So basically, that's what it looks like, and that's how it's made. It's really not very hard to make. It didn't take him very long to make it. And then whenever you need to draw water up, you just take it and drop it down in the well, and there you go. So, so he's going to demonstrate. My oldest here is going to demonstrate for us how to draw water up.
I didn't even know about the bottom part.
Yeah, well, now you do. So he's going to lower that down in there, and you're probably not really going to be able to see that. But hopefully you can hear that sound. That means it hit the water. And if you heard that gurgle, then that means it's full. So now he can pull it up. And then when he pulls it up, we have a 5-gallon bucket sitting here. And he just dumps it over in there, and then he lowers it down again to bring up some more.
Do it again.
And it takes, I forget, how many of these does it take to fill up a 5-gallon bucket?
I'd say 5 or 6.
About 5 or 6? Okay. So it takes about 5 or 6 of these to fill up a 5-gallon bucket. And you can tell the water is, hopefully you can see this, the water is pretty clear. It's actually very clear. The bucket's dirty, but the water's clear. And it is very suitable for use. we have tested it. The only thing it came back negative on was for bacteria growth, and that's because this is an open pipe. And so obviously things can get down in there, so we will never have a negative test result until we have this thing capped with some type of pump on it. So what we have started doing to try to help keep things out of the well is when this bucket is empty, we flip it over on top of the well casing so that it helps keep trash and stuff out of there and hopefully hold down on the bacteria issue. So I think Indy's thirsty and he's going to get a drink.
He does this every time.
I know. He likes that fresh cold water up out of the well. And it is pretty cold because it is coming up from so far down. Our well is about, I think it's 100 and...
I think it was like I think it's 128.
It's like 100. No, was it 128? I thought it was 130 something.
I don't know. I'd have to.
It's something like that. It's between 125 and 130 something feet deep. Our static water level usually stays right around 50 feet, and I believe that is a 100-foot length of rope that we have on the bucket over there. So you can find some more videos online about how to make one of these, and we may have to just buy the stuff one day to make another one so we have a backup and show you guys how to make one. But in the meantime, I thought you guys would kind of like to see that's how we draw up our water, and this is the water that we use for watering the garden and watering the animals and all that stuff, and it works just fine for them. Because of the bacteria issue, we haven't begun using it for household use yet, but hopefully one day that's going to change. So I will let the guys say hi. Hi. Say hi. So he's going off to take the water, I guess, over there to the animals. So
yeah, he's going to dump it in the dish.
Okay. So I think that's it. So I will talk to you guys soon.